Good morning. It's Terry Levine, business mentoring expert and your chief heartrepreneur. So I want to talk to you a little bit about tuning in with heart and what does that really mean and how do you deeply connect with people, whether it's in business or in life, with heart. And what do I also mean by tuning in? So the first thing I want you to think about is when you connect with people and when you, my words, tune in, you listen without ears. And it sounds strange because of course we have ears and of course we hear with ears. But it really means that you listen with feeling and with your heart and not to what the words are that people are saying. What's the body language that people have? What's the emotion that you're hearing? What's underneath the words? We express ourselves with words, but what we really are saying is buried underneath the words. One of my clients said it several years ago. She said, Terry, when you listen like you have two sets of ears. One set hears the words, and the other set is what makes the connection. That's the heart-to-heart part that I really want you to get. So when you're tuning in, you also can't be thinking about, what am I going to say next? Or making it about you. Oh, here's a bright thing that I can say, or a question that I want to ask, or here's something that I want to offer, or I want to give them, and or interrupt. Here's a word of wisdom I want to give you, or something that I just thought of that's really important to say. Here's another really, really important tip. And I'm really going to encourage you almost to practice this and try this and give a little play work to this. Focus on not using the word I. So when you're tempted to interrupt or you're tempted to start thinking in your own head about what brilliance you are thinking about, very often we go to that word I, and there's your ego. And your ego, as one of my great mentors, Joel Bauer, always says, your ego is not your amigo, especially when you're tuning in heart-to-heart connection. You really need to set your ego apart. It needs to be on the shelf. If I'm really tuning into someone, I have no agenda. I've set aside my outcome, which is why none of my conversations are ever sales conversations. If I'm not attached to the outcome, I have absolutely no agenda. And I'm just here to make a heart-to-heart connection with you, whether in business or in life, or in a deep relationship with you as a friend, or if we're in a different kind of relationship, whatever that might be. I have no agenda. I have zero attachment to the outcome. I'm in my life for me, you're in your life for you. We're in this conversation in the moment for the moment. I have no agenda to say, this is what I need to say. What I have to say is really important. Listen to me, listen to me. I have no need to be heard. I have a need to hear you beyond words. Again, my ears are less important than the connection to hearing your feeling, your body language, your tone tells me everything. I want to get your emotion. So as I'm hearing all of those things, I don't have time to be going, what does Terry want to say? What is up with my ego? What's so important about Terry? Terry's not important in this conversation. Terry's not relevant in this conversation. In fact, Terry doesn't even exist in this conversation. You exist. You exist. Meaning the person who's speaking to me. So I'm listening. I'm tuned in. And I'm going to share with you something that happened just the other day. I was noticing a business owner attempting to make a sale and pretending, I call this pretending, to listen to the potential buyer. And while they were engaged in talking, I was just observing. The business owner was looking like they were paying attention, and every once in a while doing this. Really? Really? How can you be connected, heart to heart, in communication and conversation with someone? Do you know the number one need that people have? We want to be heard. How are you hearing someone? Take this to your home environment. Are you really hearing someone? If you're a parent, do your kids come in the door and do you go, how was your day, while you're making dinner and doing 10 other things? When I was president of a national healthcare company, and I'm super transparent, I had 50 million things, it felt like, that I was doing. And I remember an employee came in to speak with me, and it was late one afternoon, like 7 o'clock, and I really wanted to get home, and I worked very long hours. And she was talking about her day, and I was doing 5 things at least. And she said, well, I guess you don't have time for me. And I'm glad she said that, because it was the first time that I realized I multitask all the time when my employees talk to me. I never heard them. I just wanted to hear what was the problem so I could firefight it, because that was the role that I played. And I said, I have plenty of time for you. I sat down and cleared everything off my desk, and it was the first time ever I really heard that employee. I'm really transparent. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life and in my business, and that's how I grow. So I'd like to know what you learned about tuning in. I'd like to know what you're going to do differently as you tune in as a Heartrepreneur. By the way, a Heartrepreneur, this is not just about business. I'm really here to help you make shifts in your personal life. Huge shifts. We're going to do a lot of personal transformation and growth. One of the things that I'm really going to ask you to do this week is use the word I a lot less. It's not important what you have to say in a conversation. It's more important that you deeply tune in the moment, for the moment, and it's not about words. Let me know what your thoughts are, your questions, your comments. I want to hear from you. Hope you got some value. Thanks for tuning in.